Hey, Georgie Garcia here, coming to you on a Friday night. Hope you guys had an awesome week. You powered through it and things are just going great for you. So tonight I want to talk to you about setting boundaries and rules in your life and rules in your business and how important it is, because these things can set the tone for your business and the tone for your life. If you don't have rules or boundaries, then a lot of things can start coming at you and things can start collapsing. So I want to start this off by an awesome quote by Wallace Waddle. It's an older quote. You guys may not know about it, but I heard about it earlier today. And it says, "A rich man takes a rich man's thoughts before it takes a rich man's actions." Now think about that. A rich man takes a rich man's thoughts. Reason being is because you have to think about how you want to live your life. Now, it's not, that quote is just not about money. It's about life, love, the pursuit of happiness, and what it is that you're doing in your life. So it's really important that you develop your thoughts and you develop your rules. Hey, Rian, thanks for popping on. It's really important that you develop the rules in your life and you develop the boundaries. Okay? Reason being, have you ever in life felt like, I'm so overwhelmed, or life is just coming at me and everybody's just negative towards me, or my work, I'm at work and my boss is just constantly hounding me and I don't know what to do. Or you're in your business and you're like, my upline expects so much of me, or I had people join me and they're not taking action. I had people join me and there's nothing happening. I wanted to have this goal, that goal, and it's just not happening. Or what if I do it and I can't handle it? Hey, Letty, thanks for popping on. What if I do it and I can't handle it? What if I take that action in life and I can't handle it? What if I go out there and take that thing that something's calling me to and I fail? Okay? Well, that's where you got to set the boundaries and the rules in your life, because it's really important that you do that. Because in this particular business, it can get very overwhelming, because you can start to have this amazing team and you think that, okay, well, I'm expecting them to do this, I'm expecting them to do, and they don't do it every month. Hey, Tina, thanks for popping on. They don't do it every month. They don't take the action. They say, okay, you go out there and reach out to them and say, hey, what's your goals this month? You know, how can I help you? And then you get to mid-month and they have not done anything. And you're like, what can I do? No, you can't do anything. You got to set your rules. You got to set your boundaries. You got to set your boundaries in life too. Because let's say your boss comes at you and says, you know what? I'm not happy with your production. And you feel like you've done everything you could and they're not happy with you. Well, you know what? You know in yourself, hey, I set my rules, I set my boundaries, and I'm going to stand up to him and say, you know what? I did do this. Here's what I did, this, and that. So that's why I'm telling you, rules are so important and boundaries are so important. So in life, you can have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 15 rules, whatever it is. But it's important that when you have those rules for yourself, no one has to know about them. You have to know them, and you have to stick to them. Okay? So when you stick to them, keep them written down and always remind yourself of them, and don't stray from them, because it's really important not to. Okay, so let's say you tell people, okay, well, I am not going to let negative people influence me. If somebody is negative in my life or in my business, I am not going to interact with them. Okay? Well, keep that rule. People don't care the fact that you have rules. Okay, it's like kids. Don't kids love structure in life? Kids love the fact that they have a certain bedtime. Almost, not all kids, but it's important. Okay, well, you raise healthy kids by saying, okay, well, each night we're going to read a book. Okay, and then each night we're going to also take baths at this time, or we're going to have family time at this time. We're going to, on Sundays, we're going to watch. Okay, those are structured things. So if you do that, not only in your life, but you do that in your business, people are going to respect you because they know you're going to show up. People know that if you are structured in your life and in your business, they're going to want to work with you. People are not afraid of discipline. People are not afraid of structure. So if you tell yourself, okay, I am not going to sit here and worry about what my downline is doing every single day because I already reached out to them and they're not working their business. But if they do reach out to you, yes, step up. That's my rule is if somebody needs me, I will be there for them. But I am not going to continue to hound them because if they're not in it for themselves and they don't have their own rules and they don't have their own boundaries and they don't have their own structure, then nothing's going to happen. Okay? So it's really important. If you want to establish yourself as a leader, be that leader and keep your boundaries and keep your structure and keep your rules. Don't break them. Somebody needs to value your time. Someone needs to value you, just like in life. I mean, I can tell you how many times people have put me down. And I've said, you know what? No more. I'm not going to listen to that negativity. You know why? Because it doesn't feed into who I am anymore. It doesn't feed into who I am being. It doesn't feed into my business. It doesn't feed into my life. It doesn't feed into the fact that I need to be greater for my kids. It doesn't feed into the fact that I have greater dreams. So whatever they have to say about me has nothing to do with me. It has to do with them. It could be the same thing in your business, in your life, everything. Everything that you create and you allow to saturate into your life will continue to propel you towards what is negative or what is positive. So it's your choice. There was an awesome quote by Jim Rohn that someone told me about. I'm going to see if I can find it here. I wrote it down. Probably can't now. But let me just keep going on. So when you have your family time, have your family time. When you have your business time, have your business time. How many times have you entered into this business, or if you're in this business, and you've seen that your family or your kids or your spouse has said, you don't have enough time for me. I constantly see you on the computer. I constantly see you on Facebook. I constantly see you messaging people. You don't have time for me, okay? Well, that's where you got to set your boundaries, and you got to say, okay, well, this is the time I have for you because I'm building this, and I'm doing this for this such and such reason, and let people know what you're doing. Explain it to them. Because if they don't see you, hey, Nan, thanks for popping on. If they don't see what you're doing and why you're doing it in your life, if they don't know your goals or why it is that you're changing up, the fact that you're not going to allow negative things in your life, or you're not going to allow the fact that you are no longer happy with the mediocre, then they're not going to understand that unless you explain that to them. Explain to them what it is, but also set the rule. Saying, I gave you guys the option. I told you guys, I'm setting my rules. You want to be with me? That's great. We're going to work together. But this is my time to work on me. This is my time that I am not going to allow anybody else to do anything other than forward me. And I'm not doing it just for me, because you always do things for other people. You do things because you want to better your life. You want to better your family's life. Hey, Jonathan, thanks for popping on. You want to better your family's life. You don't just do things in this business for you. You don't do things in life just for you. You don't change your habits and the fact that somebody in your workplace is constantly talking negative about you, and you come home in a bad mood and you're irritated and you let it affect your family life. Well, stop. Set a rule. Say, I will no longer do this. I will no longer do that. And stick to it. And you can change your rules at any time. It's not a bad thing, because life adjusts as we move on, and our business adjusts as we move on. So learning how to discipline yourself, learning how to deal with change, learning how to deal with life's difficulties is really important. Okay, so just think about that and set your rules, set your boundaries. And don't let anyone else change that, because if you do, you won't be happy and you won't be successful. Successful people always have boundaries. Successful people always have rules. Work with people who deserve it and don't need you. That was the quote I finally found by Jim Rohn. Don't let people put you down, but be with people that lift you up. And never, ever, ever compromise who you are. Okay? Because I believe in you. Things can always be better. And you can always know that if you are living in a negative situation, you could turn it around by just turning out and saying, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do not to live in this environment anymore. I'm not going to accept this. I'm not going to let it perpetuate who I am anymore. So it's really important in your business to set rules, set boundaries, set who you're going to be, and, rock it. All right? Well, I hope you guys found value in this, and if you guys pop a comment below and let me know what your rules are, your boundaries are, or send me a private message. I'd love to hear about it. And if you need to know how to grow your business or what kind of boundaries you need to set in your life or how to do it, and you've been living in the negativity and just overwhelmed in this business, I'd love to help you out. I also have some more valuable tips at Georgiana Garcia, Network Marketing Professional, which I tagged in this video. And I appreciate you guys popping on. And I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend. And we will talk next week. All right. Bye.